My name is Jason. I'm a channeler and I'm here for a daily dose of hope, day 150. Yay! So we've been coming on for, we've all been coming on for almost half a year now. So nice to meet all of you and nice to see you again. A daily dose of hope is just that. It is a daily dose of hope because the energies on our planet are starting to increase and things are starting to get wackier and wackier. And as they do, it can be hard at times to kind of keep yourself on the path of peace and of love. And so my guides guided me to come on to give a daily dose of hope to keep everyone on track if you need it. So hold on a second. So I was having some trouble with the good old YouTube. And let's see if it's working here. And as they do, oh, it's working, but there's no video. Keep yourself on the path. Fun times. So anyway, I'm just going to keep going, and I'll just copy this over to YouTube later, I guess, if it doesn't work correctly. Yes. I don't know why these things happen. So now, yes, Daily Dose of Hope has 3 parts. We start off with a bit of a talk, and then we move into a channeling, and then we move into a pocket of peace, which is a guided meditation. So without further ado, let's begin. So just 2 things I wanted to talk about. One was collective consciousness. I wanted to talk about collective consciousness and this idea of collective consciousness. So we as humans are a collective conscious. Even though we don't realize it and we're not really aware of it most of the time, we are a collective consciousness. And so oftentimes when I'll be channeling, the beings that I'll be channeling will refer to themselves as they or as we. And for the longest time, this was a confusing thing for me. It's just like, what does that mean? Oh, how can you be like part of a collective and also individual at the same time? It just like doesn't make any sense to me. And then recently just realizing more and more, it's just like, that's what we are. We're all connected. We're all one. We're all connected with God, but yet we think that we're separate. We have these separate personalities, these separate bodies, and all these different things. But we're actually just part of a collective, and that's what that mass consciousness is. We share that. That's all ours. That subconscious. The deeper you get, the more you get into everything, everyone, and we're all just connected, and we're all just kind of, helping our kind of the human race basically to move forward and to ascend in many different ways. And so I just thought that was an interesting thing to think about, that we are all one, and that what is happening though in our society, right, is that what I can't remember the name of the philosopher that did that or was talking about that, but basically polarizing things. So there is the yin, and then there's the yang. There is this religion and the opposite of that religion, and all these different things, and you have to follow one or the other, and and it's just like, no man, I'm just gonna go to the middle route. That's fine for me. The middle route's fine. I can see all these stories that are going on, but I don't have to go down each path. And I think sometimes I don't know, I want to put this delicately, but this idea of a dichotomy, that everything can be black and white. And I just mean that in the yin and yang way, that everything can be one, polarized to one side or another, is in itself, it is part of this third dimension. It's a learning tool. It's a tool. But the tool is that, can we walk the middle path? Can we walk in the way where we're not pulled to one side or the other? This is the way it should be. Everything that's over there is wrong. It's all wrong. It's like that kind of thinking is what brings us into fear, that brings us into anger, that brings us into judgment, and all that good stuff. Or not good stuff, depending on how you're looking at it, right? Everything being relative, right? But so this idea, this dichotomy is something that kind of has been interesting to me recently, as for example, the Olympics. The opening ceremony was very much geared towards the other side of the coin. They were doing something. They were kind of creating this anti something, and I thought that was interesting that this anti something is just it's just like the opposite side of a coin. It's just a polarization, and so it's yeah. I'm not sure if I'm explaining it correctly, but in the way that I'd like to explain it. But I think all of these things are things to take us off our path. It's just, we are, what we're doing down here is we are in. It's not a fight of good against evil. It's a fight of non-duality against illusion. I think that's kind of what's really going on. And that all of these other things are just kind of there, like sparkly things to kind of like, look at me, look at me, look at me, look how beautiful this is, look how scary this is, whatever, but it's like, the truth is, we're not here, we're not really part of this place. We're down here, for however long we're here, for 100 years, or maybe hopefully in the future longer, but we're just down here for a blip of time. We're just down here experiencing everything, and but we're not a part of all this stuff. It's just, we're just experiencing it, understanding it. But we are God, we are love, and so love doesn't take a side, because there are no sides. There's just love. Love is all that exists, and so we just come down here to experience this idea that there can be something else, and if there is something else, how would it affect us, and what choices do we make? So it's kind of like a hypothetical game in that sense. And I know a lot of people can get frustrated or upset about that way of talking about life, but I don't mean it as in a frivolous game. It's a very, very serious course of mastery, I guess. So maybe game is not the right word, but a course in mastery. This is our course in mastering ourselves, in understanding that there is, both sides of the coin, but we are neither. We are love. And so all of these things that come out, and for example, the Olympic ceremony, I think part of the whole concept was to create this energy from it, this reaction, to get everyone's reaction and get everyone upset and, wow, what's going on, because that's where we're off the path. We're not walking in peace. We're not just saying, oh, look at that, that's interesting, what are they doing over there, that's not my story. But so if we get into that mindset, like, oh, then we're lost, and then we're off our path, and then we have to kind of like wander our way back through maybe some thorny bushes and things like that, and we get scratched and cut up and whatever, from the all the thorns on the side of the road, and we have to get back onto the nice, smooth, peaceful, graceful center of the line, where we just understand that these things are just playing out, and there's no reason to get emotionally involved, because our emotions are so very strong. Our emotions are what control, or not control, but create. We can create so much with that. So if we get caught up in these ideas, in these little whirlpools of emotion or energy, then we're not in peace anymore. Right? And peace is where it's at. That's where we're going. And I don't mean the peace of the 1960s kind of thing. Well, I do mean that, but that was a what's the word? I really believe that it was a natural thing that was happening, that was kind of diverted. There was like this natural thing that was happening in that time, but then there was this false structure that was placed over it, and everyone realized it too late. Oh wait, hold on a second. No, that's not what we wanted. We wanted, But I think we're hopefully, I hope where we're at now is kind of like, it's a second chance, where we understand this idea of peace, and we understand that it's not about fashion. It's not about growing your hair out long or short or whatever you look like. It's not about any of those things. It's just about understanding that we are all love, and that there are many different stories happening, and we have to, a state of non-judgment, of truly trying to understand. And it's not necessarily counter culture, right? In that sense, it's just loving culture. It's just, middle path culture, non-duality culture. Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. And one other thing that also happens with this idea of collective consciousness, I don't know why I'm going on so much about it, but yeah. please forgive me a bit. But collective consciousness is that we are collective consciousness, right? So all of these like ideas that were created, well, Marxism, right? Marxism and all these ideas, socialism. I think these words are probably not words I'm supposed to say out loud on, whatever, in these crazy times that we're living in. But those kind of ideas appeal to certain people because it resonates somewhere. There's a bit of truth in it because yes, we are all one. We're all connected. But that structure, those structures basically are someone is above us and then we're all equal below it. And that's the structure they're trying to create. It's just like they create themselves as like a god, and that doesn't work either because we're not like, we're all one. We're all one. Like there's not like this one person that's above us or below us or whatever. We're all one. We're all one collective consciousness. But I think that's what happens. That's why maybe I don't understand. I never understood that draw to those sorts of things. And especially if you study history and you see like it never works, never, ever, ever worked. It's never worked ever. And those kind of concepts have never worked. It just doesn't work because, it always ends up falling apart. It's not natural. It's not part of our world. We can't be controlled in that way. So yeah, but I think that's the appeal that people have. I just always surprised that there is that appeal that people have to those concepts. Those two words I was just talking about, the socialism and communism. There's still like an appeal to it. I see it in social media, people using the phrases and the words and thinking that is a good thing, and not, I don't know, but so I never understood it, but I guess what's happening is they realize that they are collective conscious somewhere. And so that kind of resonates somewhere with a truthfulness, maybe. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. Because there were a lot of people, like when I was growing up, everyone was reading those books and talking about how it was so cool to talk about. And I was just like, what? I don't get it. Never got it. Still don't get it. I guess it's a good thing not to get. Anyway, so that was the topic I wanted to talk about, is collective consciousness, and also the not getting caught up in those stories that are happening. Because even if you go from the opposite side of those stories, you're still jumping into the fray, jumping into the fight. Fight this side. It's like, we're here for non-duality. We're here to understand what's going on and to hold that neutral point, hold the center point. We're not here to kind of jump into the fray and this is right, this is wrong, because we can create if we want to create. We can't really create out. We can create fear from fear. If we're in fear, we'll create fear. If we're in anger, we create more anger. And if that's what we want, then fine. But if you want to create like this new world, this new beautiful world, then we have to be in that state of peace and not judging all of these things. These have already happened. Everything's already happened, but creating the future, this peaceful future. And that's the way we do it. It's just by saying, oh, okay, these things have happened. They've already happened, but I'm focusing now on this beautiful, beautiful world that I see, filled with loving, hopeful people that are able to fulfill their dreams and, fulfill their lives, their passions, and also survive and have families, and, and everyone can live in peace. These kind of things, just, in a sense, simple things, right? That's the world that I want to see, where we can all just follow our dreams and be happy and live together in peace. How wonderful would that be? And it's not as hard as it seems, I think, but it's hard if, it's hard if we're not in a state of peace. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. All right. So 15 minutes of blabbering on from me. Sorry about that. All right. So I'm going to go into a channeling now, and let's think on YouTube. I'm going to check, and I imagine my video is still not working. Yeah, my video is not working. The audio is there. What's going on, right? Again, thank you, Patty, for your advice. I tried. I have to call him in again and see if it works. So yes, I'm going to go into a channeling now and see if they have anything to add to this idea of collective consciousness, and anything else they would like to talk about today. So here we go. Greetings. We are that one that you know of as Esmeralda, and we're here, and we're here, and we're here. And what we would like to bring through today is a message of love and a message of peace, which are the only messages available ever, forever and ever. And we are what you know of as a mermaid, although we don't refer to ourselves that way. You are also very much water beings as well, made of the water, made of the love, made of the peace that surrounds you. And what we would like to bring through, though, today is we'd like to talk about this idea of dichotomy, this idea of two sides that this being is talking about. And there is this illusion on your planet which was created on purpose, which you helped to create, and you wanted to come down to experience because it enables you to master many, many different things that you would not be able to master in such a short period of time, in one lifetime or 2 lifetimes. In this time that you're living in now, time is sped up, so you're living through many lifetimes of experiences, and that's why many of you might feel quite tired throughout these days that are happening, and feel very stressed out for no reason. The reason is because the experiences are being piled on all together so that you can get the most out of these last minutes of the third dimension, these last vestiges of the third dimension, squeezing every little bit that you can get out of it, getting all of the information and the knowledge and the wisdom that you can gain from all of these different experiences. And that is why, in a sense, this is what you might call an end game. It is not an end, as there is no such thing as an end in the universe. It is just an end of one phase and a beginning of another phase. And that is all it is. And as this phase is ending, the experiences that were available in this phase will start to change. And within the new phase, there will be new experiences. And the experiences from the old experience, the old phase, will not be available as much anymore. There will be those who can choose if they would like to repeat and go over everything again. But within this new frequency, this new paradigm, those experiences will not be there anymore. Those types of these extreme polarities. These extreme polarities are quite rare in your around your world, around your planet, around the universe. So this is a unique time for all of you to experience this polarity. And to go through it, to go through your second by second day, every second of the day, experiencing these energies, experiencing these emotions, experiencing these highs, experiencing these lows. You are learning so much. And it may seem to you on the surface that you're learning nothing, that you're just tired and stressed out, exhausted from all of these things. But understand that you are moving mountains with your mind at this moment. You are going through some of the most amazing times that are possible, that are available in this extreme polarity. And the fact that you are able to stay on the path, if only for a few minutes out of the day, if you are able to stay in this moment of peace, that is moving mountains. You are moving mountains because you are in a very, very intense time, an intense time of polarity with intense energies bombarding you from either side. And if you are able, just, yes, as we said, just even for a few moments, 1 hour out of your day in peace, that is a miracle. You are making miracles by understanding it and holding that middle neutral point. That is a beautiful thing that you are doing, and you are building the foundation of your new world by doing that. Block by block, second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, you are creating this new paradigm. You are creating it. This is not something that is happening outside of you. You are creating this. You are doing it. And you are amazing beings of light, able to do this in these very, very intense times. Uh, Understand how wonderful and how beautiful all of you are, that you are able to do this, and that you came down here to do this amazing work that is not just helping this planet out, but it is helping the entire universe. You are doing amazing work. Understand that. Understand that even though you feel like you're exhausted, you feel like you're doing nothing, you are moving mountains. You are creating the foundation of your new paradigm, of your new world. We are that one that you know of as Esmeralda. All right. Whew, she's a bit on fire. Yeah. Cool. I like that idea. Because holding peace is not an easy thing to do. I mean, it's easy to say, like, for example, now I'm in my room, it's relaxed, it's cool, whatever, but outside, surrounded by lots of people, or when there's all of this bombardment of these mass media things, it's hard sometimes to hold your peace. So any seconds out of the day, any moments, any hours that you can spend in that time of peace, yeah, it's beautiful, and we're all just creating it together. So this pockets of peace too, just this pocket of peace that we create every day. It's short, maybe about a minute or two, 3 minutes or so, but it's powerful because that's 3 minutes where we're in peace, and it's not just one person creating it; we're creating it together. So, I think I've caught a little bit of the fire of Esmeralda. So I'm going to bring out my drum here, which is a Remo drum, and which I've heard recently. There was an interview with Tom Kenyon, and he was talking about how he has one of these drums, and the reason he liked it was because the pitch is always the same, and that's why I like it too. Because here in Japan, it's very humid, and the even my guitar, like, the pitch changes so much, and the strings change so much. But with this one, it doesn't change; it's always the same. And as a musician, it's like, yes, that's what we want. We don't want to like play it one day and it's completely different. But according to some of the shamanic practitioners, they were saying, no, you have to have like a drum made of skin. You can't have this plastic drum because the animals will talk to you through it. And so I just thought that was interesting. But yeah, I still like my drum here. Yeah. So anyway, yes. So let's go into a pocket of peace. A pocket of peace is a guided meditation that was started by Sanat Kumara, and I'm just continuing the tradition. And what we're going to do is I'd like you first to take 3 deep breaths. When you breathe in the light of unconditional love, and you hold it for a few seconds. Just enjoy that, and then just let all the stuff that you're holding on to that you don't need anymore out on the out breath. And we'll do that 3 times. Okay, so here we go. So breathe in the light of unconditional love. Hold it, and then let out all the stuff you're holding on to. All right, one more time. Breathe in the light of unconditional love. Hold it, and let out all that stuff that you don't need anymore. All right, one more time. Breathe in the light of unconditional love. Hold it. Breathe out all that stuff that you don't need anymore. Good. Now I'm going to start playing the drum in a 120 beats per minute pattern, which is just the basic shamanic drumming pattern, and that can help you to get into a more meditative state. So here we go. All right. So I'd like you guys to imagine that you're surrounded by the light of unconditional love. It just surrounds you, it caresses you, and it makes you feel like, there's nothing that you have to do, nowhere you have to go, nothing that you have to worry about or regret. There's just right now, and this beautiful love that you're feeling, this unconditional love. It's for you. It sees you exactly as you are, deep down inside of you, everything about you, and it loves you You are loved unconditionally because you're perfect, you're beautiful, exactly as you are. Good. Yeah, good. All right, now I'd like you to kind of expand this love out into the room that you're in. Yeah, good. Okay, expand it out into your room so everything in your room is just covered with this light of unconditional love. All the people in the room, all the inanimate objects, the chairs, the desks, the windows, the floors, the ceilings, everything is covered with unconditional love. And it's just hope. Love is hope. Love is peace. So everything you see is just giving you this sense of hope, this sense of peace. Yeah. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, and expand this out more into the whole world. Good. Now the whole world is just covered with the light of unconditional love. Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel that energy rising. And it is what you are. You're just connecting with who you truly are. That's all. You're just digging deep down and finding that, wow, I'm just made of love. I'm pure love. I'm love and I'm peace and I'm feeling really good right now. Better than I've ever felt. I feel at home. I feel at peace. There's nothing that I have to worry about right now. Just see everyone around the world. They're just kind of stopping what they're doing and they're just feeling this love. Everyone's just saying, wow, I feel really good. And everything I see, everything in this town, everything in this country, everything in the world just looks so beautiful. It's just surrounded by love and hope and peace. I see all these stories happening all around me in the news, from people around me talking about all kinds of stuff. And I'm sending love, 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 love out into all those stories. Just sending my love out there because I'm creating love now. I'm making a story of love made of unconditional love, which we are. It's a story of all of us, our real story. Yeah, so I'm just sending that love out into all those stories I'm seeing. Love, 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 love. So all those stories are just turning into lovely stories of peace and of hope and of people coming around and seeing, I am love. Yeah, that building is love. That car is love. Those streets are love. I am love. You are love. We are all love. And we're making love right now. We're in love. We're made of love. We're making love. And it's a beautiful time to be alive. Yeah. Just imagine everyone just walking gracefully down. Everyone's got this funky walk that they're doing, like a Marvel superhero or like a funky disco dancer, just walking down their path saying, yeah, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this. Yeah, I got this, we got this. This thing is gonna work. We're all moving in the most beautiful direction imaginable. I see all these stories around me and I'm just sending out my love and I'm walking my path and it feels so good. All right, so this is a pocket of peace for all of you. You can use this whenever you need it. Put it in your pocket, take it out whenever you need to use it. And if you need to recreate it, you can just listen to this back or you can make it yourself. So this is Pocket of Peace for Daily Dose of Hope Day 150, July 28th, 8:16 Japan Standard Time, and many times all over the world. So I hope you guys are hopeful. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Sorry about all the technical difficulties, but I hope you're hopeful. And ciao for now.